It's spooky. Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Ron Grace, this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And today, we're going to read you folks some homegrown horrors. Homegrown horrors?
You're so quiet right now. I've never heard you this quiet on a live show.
I'm out of breath because I was going up and down the stairs. But yeah, so, Adam, why don't you tell us what those are?
Okay. So homegrown? No, for cereal. Homegrown horrors are the wonderful stories that you, listeners and viewers, have sent in, and it's either something that happened to you that's paranormal, supernatural, spooky, spiritual, sometimes coincidental, sometimes true crime, and sometimes various other things that you decide that you want to share with us that get sent to us so that we can read on the air. Robin, if someone had a story like that, where could they send it?
You can go to our website, scaryish.com. There's a contact us page. You fill out that stuff, and it emails it to us that way. You can also email us directly at storytime@scaryish.com. We also have a bunch of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. So
Indeed. So whatever works best for you, please reach out to us. We would love to hear your story. If it's a story you do not want shared, that is totally okay. Just let us know. If you're just looking to say, hey, this happened, it's kind of weird, I don't have anyone to tell, no one will believe me, that's what we're here for. But if you do want it shared, even anonymously, we have one of those tonight where it's like, hey, don't name me, I just want to have this shared on the show. We can do that as well. However you would prefer, we are here to listen. So, and we would like to share these with the wonderful spooky friend family. I know it's weird to say friend family, but realistically, that's what you all are at this point. Because they're just really interesting and they're really fun and sometimes they're really heartfelt. So we're not sure what we're getting into tonight, but I'm very, very excited to see what we have in store. So let's get to it. Before we do that, for the people that are watching us live, this all gets edited out. Seems we have some new faces out there, which is fantastic to see. Thank you so much for joining us for your first ever story time. Sorry for the delay. It was a UPS guy in like plain clothes. It looked like he was fucking around on his cell phone while he was waiting for us to get to the door. So aside from that, we did not get the wine sent over, which I saw I Am Beef Trainer and I'm What's Dinner mentioning. We will drink that when we get it. However, 911 girl was nice enough to get us some tall boys again.
Yeah, so
I got an Arnold Palmer spiked because Arnold Palmer is one of my favorite drinks.
hard seltzer's like super popular now, so that's what we're going to be drinking tonight. She also got me this shirt for my birthday. It's super duper cute. Yeah, do you want to read first or do you want me to read first?
I should read first so you can catch your breath.
Okay.
Before I read though, since we did take this quick break, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to Hoppy J. I think it's Hoppy, maybe Hopi J for following us 9 minutes ago. Captain Fake Eyes for subscribing for the 14th month. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Also, shout out to Social Avenger for following and IndieCred 101 for following. I'm going to take a quick drink and wet my whistle, and we're going to get into this thing. Ah, that's brisk, baby. I don't know if anyone remembers those commercials, but I do.
The iced tea commercial?
Yeah. Oh, my God, you do remember, so I'm not that old. All right, let's mark it and get into it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move into my first story of the show, and this one's subject is Ghosts in the Machine, and I am so fucking excited to read this one because I just did not a second installment, but like a Humans in the Machine follow-up, and it's always fun to get stories like these. Starts out like this. Hello, Robin and Adam.
Hello.
Hello. I just listened to your Ghost in the Machine episode and found the parts about Amazon Alexa especially interesting. Should you use anything that I say in this email on the podcast, please keep it anonymous. Absolutely. As I used to work at... Okay, I guess that should have been left out, but cool. I'll just not say that. Go ahead and mark that.
It's on the internet forever. Good job.
Except I didn't say it, so it's not on the internet, so suck it. During my first month... well, I guess I kind of have to say this part then. Hang on. Must review content. As long as they're anonymous, I think it should be okay. All right, fuck it. We're going to go ahead and move on with the full content. Here we go. Should you use anything that I say in this email on the podcast, please keep it anonymous. Absolutely. Mr. or Mrs. or other anonymous. As I used to work at an Amazon retail location and may work for the company again in a different capacity. During my first month at their book/device store, a tech lady from corporate came to visit and train us on the devices. I may still have her business card somewhere. Let me know if you're interested in that information. I don't think it's necessary. She told us that the Alexa devices are not actively listening unless their wake word is used. The wake word is by default set to Alexa, but it can be changed to other presets like computer in the Alexa app. Now, this woman was an expert, and I don't think she was lying to us. However, that's not to say that she hadn't been lied to herself. I say that because the devices need to be constantly listening in order to recognize their wake word has been said. I will admit that the discussion from the tech lady took place about a year ago, so until then, the devices may have been constantly listening. I am not sure. Another reason I'm skeptical about what the tech expert said is because customers would often complain to me about the devices saying odd things without being prompted.
Our Alexa does that.
Yeah, she does, and it's really creepy.
Well, like Siri, when we were recording last night, started recording everything that we were saying.
As soon as I started talking about the FBI, Siri just started listing everything we were saying. The email continues. The best story I have is when one woman came into the store looking to return 5+ Alexa devices that were a year or two old.
Oh, no.
She explained that she had a large and airy multi-story house and had the devices set up in a bunch of rooms. Apparently, they proceeded to talk and sing to each other randomly, and she couldn't stand it anymore. She literally yanked them out of the walls, tossed them in a paper bag, and drove them to the store.
Okay, is there
a feature for that or something?
Is it possible to just have a loop to have the Alexas talk to each other? Like the Echo Dots just constantly talking to each other?
I would imagine it has to start somewhere, you know?
Well, yeah, but I wonder if you can do that. Just loop them.
I don't know. This woman didn't even care that I couldn't refund her, as the devices were so old they were no longer in our inventory. She simply dropped the bag at my feet and left. I can't explain why or how the devices would do such a thing, but if I had to guess, I would say the programming is at fault. The Alexas are relatively new technology, and they're supposed to update themselves automatically over time. It's terrifying.
All right.
They learn.
Well, they're connected to the Wi-Fi, so...
Yeah, and they can just update their stuff. Got it. Occasionally, as they get older, they glitch, and that doesn't always happen. I think that's the explanation here. They're known to act strangely and just go off if they can't update. It's weird. It's like they're dying.
Oh my god. Aw,
Wow. I also think it's possible that people have had such odd experiences with the devices because, as I said in the paragraph above, the programming isn't perfect. Going back to the tech expert, she also informed us that the Alexas have a new feature where you can ask them why they did something. Simply ask, Alexa, why did you do that? She will respond with something along the lines of, I thought I heard... ... Of course, this does still suggest that she's always listening. As for the guy who heard the device say something about seeing dead people, I think that may have been an Easter egg or some kind. Okay. I think that may have been an Easter egg of some kind that was accidentally triggered, but I can't be sure. Thank you for taking the time to read this super long email. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great day. Thank you so much for sending that in.
You have a great day.
Super interesting to hear. I do think, I had tech experts when I worked at GameStop that would come in and talk to us about various different things that we had, and they're not always the best informed. They definitely are informed with the company lines that are to be repeated to customers, so I 100% understand if you're like, it's possible that they had been lied to also, because if they're listening for their word, then they are always listening. You know, They might just not be recording what's being said.
Well, wasn't there a case where it was like domestic abuse or someone came and murdered them or something, and Alexa recorded absolutely everything?
And Amazon turned it over to the police, and they also just recently signed a deal where the police and the FBI, the federal government, can subpoena anything that was being recorded regardless of whether or not you've activated the recording.
There was also a case that called 911 for a domestic abuse
Oh, wow. I
situation.
didn't even hear about that.
So
talk closer to your microphone, please.
I feel like they're always listening.
No, I absolutely feel like they're always listening. And even if the tech people, like the official company line, is like, no, they just hear their word and they wake up. That doesn't sound right. So good to know we have someone on the inside looking out for all the spooky friends, and will let us know if anything else goes on, because I want to know about it. Just saying. Pretty creepy, but very interesting. So thank you one more time for sending that in.
When's our Google Home get here?
It actually just shipped today. So we get a Google Home. I got it like half off because I have the Google Music subscription / YouTube Premium or whatever the hell they call it. I can lock my phone and my YouTube still plays. The sound doesn't stop, which is the only reason why I pay for it. And it's awesome, and they tend to give me free gifts and shit like that. So it's good stuff. Awesome. Just wanted to see how long that awkward silence could go. It's fun stuff. That's what you get when you watch the live episodes. So before we move on to another email or a break, I do want to mention something really quickly that was pretty awesome that happened today. So a few weeks ago, maybe even as little as 2 weeks ago, I had mentioned that we were just below 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube, and we were hoping that anyone who hadn't gone over there and subscribed to our YouTube could do so. Around that same time, Jessica Braun, a prominent YouTuber, gave us a shout out on her channel and said that she was enjoying our show, and said to her followers and her listeners that anyone who might be interested in checking out the content should do so. And a lot of you folks have come over, and it's been amazing to see.
It's been absolutely amazing. You guys are absolutely awesome, and we're happy to see more positive people join the community. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Those two events coinciding were pretty special, because I was hoping to get us to 1,000 subscribers, because for complete, full-blown disclosure here, if you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,400 hours of your channel has been watched, you can become a partner on YouTube, which is a difficult number to attain, because 4,400 hours is a lot.
It's a lot of hours.
A lot of hours. And we are around 800 hours short, and that's a rolling 365 days. So the first time we hit the year mark, we were at 2,600. So we were still about halfway there, living on a prayer.
I knew you were going to say that.
I knew you were going to say it. I took it from you before you could. And then, we started making a little bit more content. We started picking up more followers. And then when I brought that up, when we were at 993, we had around 3,600 watched hours. So I was like, okay, in a few months, maybe if we put out some more content and people start watching some stuff on YouTube specifically, we might be able to get there. I checked it today, and we're over 4,400 hours. So we just today officially qualified to apply for partner. As long as they check our channel and everything seems on the up and up.
Don't show your boobies.
Yeah, I'm not going to show my boobies no more. Then we're going to be YouTube partners, and we can actually make money off the ads that get run on YouTube. I mean, they're running no matter what, but we're actually going to get a little piece of that. And we've been doing this for 3 years, and it's actually nice to see that we're getting somewhere. Yeah, it was a really special moment. Robin was taking a midterm, and she was super stressed, and I saw it, and I was trying to be quiet and not freak out, and I was I have such good news when you're done. And she's I have 15 minutes left, shut up. I was all right, just finish that up, and then I'll show you this thing. But it's directly because of the support that we have from the Spooky Friends, because so many of you did go over and follow us on YouTube. And the shout out from Jessica Braun and the community that's come over from her absolutely helped us get to that number in such a rapid time. It's shocking and wonderful, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, I did not think we would get there as quickly as we did, and the fact that it happened is pretty incredible. So thank you sincerely. It's awesome. All right, let's look over into our stream chat and see what you wonderful folks had to say tonight. For the folks that are joining us over there on Twitch, most of you already know, but you can redeem your channel points to force us to do things like high five or drink. So I don't think we have any redemptions quite yet for stuff like that, but typically they wind up coming pretty quickly and pretty fast, which means quickly. Fast and quickly are the same word. Not exactly the same word. You know what I mean. They tend to all stack up. Don't tap me. Cool. So there's our first drink. Thank you, Laura Ann, for breaking the monotony. Cheers.
This thing's huge. That's what she said.
That is what she said. It's pretty good. It is definitely boozy, though. If someone gave that to me and told me it was an Arnold Palmer, I would tell them that there's something wrong, because it's definitely boozy. All right, I'm going to scroll to the very tippy top. Looks like the first person in either channel. Actually, this didn't give me the chat for the first 30 seconds, so I'm not sure this is the first person. The first person who has chat on my screen was I Am Beef Trainer, who did #TeamWoo.
Ooh, this tastes so good.
I know. Ricemer is also here. Laura Ann, Captain Fake Eye, ASP Bunny, Akbar over there in YouTube.
Amir?
I think it's Rice Amir. I know Rice Amir is Badger Shell, And Badger Shell
really?
is Akbar over in YouTube. So Akbar is there in both spots.
Nice.
Glitch is here. Laura Ann is here. I might have said that already. We have lots of people that are new, which is cool to see. Some of them are in YouTube. Some of them are in Twitch. Fun time. Scrolling.
I am very excited to get the wine. We don't have it just yet.
I think it arrives today. I think that might have actually been what showed up. Yeah, at 6:30. We have 2 things that are on their way today.
Do you want me to double check?
I mean, you don't have to. We already cracked our drinks, so we can save it and have it for next week. So that'll be fine. Tammy has also joined us over there in YouTube. Fun to see. Christina is here as well. Kay, plenty of folks hanging out in the YouTube channel. Jay Valor as well.
Hopi J says, "Hi everyone, this is like one of my first times actually being able to watch live. Welcome. Hopefully it's not a disappointment being able to watch it live." Okay. Scroll. Captain Fake Ice says, "Don't open the door for strangers." That's how I feel too. Except I have so many packages all the time. It's hard to not to.
Yeah, she gets like 3 to 4 packages a day, I swear.
Let's see. Hopi J says, "I'm excited. Been listening for about a year now. Just always seemed too busy to be there when you were live. I'm glad you get to join us today. Hopefully life is a lot more mellow."
Indeed. And I also just realized why the volume's coming in quietly is because this has been adjusted down.
Yeah, for the game stream.
Yep, let me adjust that up. Testing. Too loud.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah, that looks good.
ASB Bunny says, "Seeing you both so pretty takes my breath away. Thank you. That's very nice of you."
Thank
Laura
you.
Ann says, "Robin, love your shirt. Thank you. 911 girl got it for me. It's nice and soft."
We got lots of gifts from 911 Girl this week.
Yeah.
Also, I got a haircut. Yay. It doesn't look like shit anymore.
I'm What's for Dinner, and I'm Beef Trainer drinking rosé. I haven't had a rosé in a really long time.
I like rosé.
I don't even know if I know what it tastes like.
It's fruity. Have you ever seen Sideways, the movie where it's Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church and they're drinking their way through wine country as like a bachelor party?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
You look so shocked like I brought this up. Like
I've never
uncovered
seen
some hidden skeleton in your past.
No.
It's just a simple movie, but like Thomas Hayden Church doesn't know anything about wine and Paul
Who's that?
Giamatti is Sandman from Spider-Man 3. Yeah, that's what I figured. And then the other character whose name I shouldn't even bring up because you might not know who he is either.
What is it?
Paul Giamatti.
Is that the guy who like shakes his butt in like A Million Ways to Die in the West?
No. Who is that?
The
Giovanni Ribisi?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
no,
the
not
one.
even close. They're completely different human beings. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Guy 1 doesn't know anything about wine. Guy 2 does. And as Guy 2 is talking about like all the amazing things he tastes in the wine, Guy 1 always goes, "I don't know, tastes fruity." And he just drinks everything. So
Nice.
I'm just saying, I don't even know why I try anymore.
All right.
Marking that. Should never reference movies. Just put it on the list for the movie podcast.
Tehei says they're watching on YouTube and Twitch. Nice. Tiny Dancer Nation said, "Made a fruity cocktail earlier. It took me 3 months to pull out the cocktail kit I bought." I'm What's Dinner says they have a cranberry wine waiting consumption. I didn't even know they made I didn't know they made cranberry wine. It sounds good. 11% alcohol is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. Christina says AI devices are both cool and terrifying at the same time. I totally agree. Jay Valor says, in relation to Thomas Hayden Church, he's the fiance in George of the Jungle and Sandman and Spider-Man 3. What up, Emily? Thank you for joining us.
Still don't know.
Sucks. Gazman says, "Surprised you didn't blame me for stealing Sideways, Adam." I don't know if you stole it or not. It just went missing. So you definitely stole Mech Warrior 2. And I'll forever hate you for that, Lee. So.
Oh, is Lee there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gatesman 1985 is my buddy Lee.
Nice. ASB1A says, "Got premium recently too. Great to be able to use your phone while watching videos. I love premium. I got like a year premium with my new phone, and it's been so great. It's amazing."
Glitch Grim has redeemed a high 5. Wow, you're the one that's supposed to lead it, and you got to look at it. She's dangerous.
Laura Ann says they got a haircut too.
Nice. Happy haircut week. I don't know when
Ew.
yours was.
I'm What's Dinner says, "Dirty joke of the day. How can you tell if a frog is horny?
I don't know.
Instead of ribbit, it says rub it, rub it."
Wow.
Gross. All right. I'm going to get into my next email.
Why are you so quiet today, dude? Why are you so shy today?
I'm not.
What's that? Don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Emily says, how y'all's day/week been? Pretty busy so far. It's only Tuesday, but hey, this is my Friday. I took 3 days off this week because a video game came out that I really want to play called Baldur's Gate 3, which is basically video game D&D, and I'm going to play the shit out of it for like the next 3 days. So very excited. How's your day been, Robin?
Stressful.
I think that's why she's so quiet tonight. So
I had a thermodynamics exam today, and it was just, oh man, it was awful. He could have at least given us lube for what just happened.
Wow, she literally said that afterwards too.
It was awful.
Pretty intense. All right, I will mark it, and you can move into your next story.
Well, Soviet Mig asked if we'll ever open a P.O. box. We do actually have a P.O. box. I don't know if the address is ever posted in our videos on YouTube or...
I think it is.
Or...
It's definitely on Scaryish.com.
Yeah,
if
it's
you click
on our
on
website.
Contact Us.
But you can mail us stuff that way.
Let me make sure it's the right address, too, because we changed it one time, and I'm pretty sure I updated it once. But it never hurts for me to check.
Jay Valor, I don't know if she's in the chat right now, but she sent us amazing cards and a really cool gift for Adam that was just absolutely mind-blowing. That we actually posted.
card of Frieza.
Signed by the voice actor.
Signed by the voice actor of Frieza.
But yeah, so I am going to get into the next one.
Let me check Contact Us really first.
My hair's falling out.
230532?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, our website has the up-to-date P.O. box on it. So go ahead and check that out. If you would like to send us something, please no severed heads. They don't fit in the box. All right, go ahead.
It's fucked up. All right, so I'm going to go into the next email here, and it's titled Weird Things in My Houses. So I assume, even though they've moved, weird things still happen.
Sounds like first world problems. You got houses? You got more than one house?
Well, if you move...
Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
All right, so it goes, hey guys. Hello. We're the guys. I have moved about 2 times in my life. You are very lucky.
Oh, God.
I wish I had only moved 2 times.
How many
in my
times
life.
have you moved, Robin?
Oh, God. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Are you in witness relocation? Is that why anytime someone's hot on your trail?
I moved a lot when I was a kid, and then I moved a lot when I was in high school. And when I graduated high school, I moved even more. And since I've been here in Vegas, I've moved multiple times.
I've moved 9 times in my life. So I guess that's not too high of a number.
So,
but yeah, only 2 in your life. Pretty good. I think you're doing all right.
Yeah. But 2 out of 2 are weird things, happenstances. So.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens in this email
right.
now. I'm intrigued.
So, moved about 2 times in my life, and both of those houses, I have had stuff happen. So, the first house was a little 2-bed, 2-bath house, great yard, front and back, lucky. Great neighbors, but one criminal neighbor, very nice though. Now back to the story. That house was built on an Indian burial ground, and so begins the movie
Poltergeist. Everyone says it's built on an Indian burial ground, I swear.
How ironic that someone that has a lot of Indian lives on it. So, Native American blood, maybe?
Yeah, I'm guessing they have Native American heritage.
I would always have these dreams of nice men and women feeding me and giving me toys. Yet that wasn't all a dream. The toys from my dreams would appear the next day. Then one day I had a nightmare of a horned little girl brutally murdering the nice people. I woke up screaming. The next day, all the toys and some of my own toys just disappeared. How is that possible?
I don't know. Continue.
Me and my parents looked all over for months, then poof, they appeared one day. Every single toy. I would always see that little girl and thought she was my friend. I found out the hard way. I was 7, having a slumber party. My older friend brought a Ouija board. That's
a mistake.
Yep.
That's a big old nope right there.
I never knew why. He told us how to play, and we did. I started seeing her after we started. She sat and would move the wood thing. She had been feeding on my happiness.
The planchette.
The planchette.
Gotcha.
I don't feel safe sharing what happened. My grandmother had sprayed around some holy water and surrounded the house in salt. That's all from that house, but this house is kind of worse. So, some backstory. It's a big 4-bed, 3-bath house, huge back and front yard, lucky. I have my own bathroom and a big bedroom. Also, lucky, ours is like a 10 by 10.
Right. Our bedroom is a bed room. It's a room with a bed. That's what our bedroom is.
The person who lived here before us, their grandmother had died in the house. I'd always had weird vibes, like I was being watched constantly. I would be on my bed and I would feel eyes staring at me from behind my headboard. At my desk, I would feel it from my bed. In the bathroom, I would feel that from the door, window, or curtains. Nothing happened besides stuff moving and disappearing for years. This next year, I'd gotten into a little bit of witchcraft.
Seems like you're dabbling in these things that might attract these things.
I'd been writing sigils and making protection spells. I'd started a contact spell, and I'd gotten this older woman, and she had told me that everything would be okay. During that
Contact spells and Ouija boards? Why are you piercing the veil?
During that time, my grandmother's cancer had gotten pretty bad. I felt happier. Not that because the cancer was getting really bad. It's just that this person told them that it would be okay.
Right.
Just thought I'd throw that in there. Now I'm hearing things scratch at my walls, lock my doors, personal stuff I'm using just disappears. I've had feelings that felt off, and then the thing comes true. So it's like, I have a feeling this is going to happen, and then it happens.
Okay.
Well, that's all for this email. I want to thank you guys for being so kind. Love y'all so much. With love, Emily. Thank you so much, Emily, for sending your story. It does sound like you're doing some things to attract these things, like Adam was saying, piercing the veil, putting your toes in the water there.
Yeah. If these things are frightening to you, you should probably leave well enough alone when it comes to stuff like that. And I will say, I think there are a lot of people out there that things go missing and you have no idea how it happened. In most cases, it's because people are forgetful, but it's definitely kind of scary when it's like, that thing was just there. Where did it go? So when a bunch of items go missing, it's something that's pretty creepy. I had an experience like that when I was a kid too. Where
was it where your box of toys got dumped out on the floor?
That is absolutely 100% a true story. Like, we didn't imagine that. Me and my brother were fucking terrified when that happened. So I think stuff happens like that to kids because no one will believe them if they say anything, you know?
Yeah.
And then when you get older and things start going missing again, you're like, okay, this is weird, but maybe it's just because I'm being clumsy and you have more reason to doubt. So maybe stop messing around with, it's one thing to do protection spells. I was like, that makes sense. But then it's another thing to do contact spells.
When you're starting to dabble into it, though, I feel like you need to have somebody who knows what they're doing. Because if
you
you're doing
need a spirit guide to kind of teach you the ways and the things that are I don't know. I wouldn't say acceptable, but not dangerous. Maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need a white witch, like whoever the white witch is in Wizard of Oz. I was gonna try and say the name. I think it's Glinda.
I was gonna say that chick from Clearwater Revival or whatever that.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
What's her name? The singer.
I don't know. That's not CCR though. Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks is not in CCR.
Okay, my bad. But yeah.
CCR, however, is amazing. For kids that don't know what Creedence Clearwater Revival is out there, just listen to every song they've ever written. It's fucking incredible.
No, yeah. Stevie Nicks is the White Witch, right?
She is the White Witch, yeah. That's her. So, just saying. Don't poke around in everything. It's like, okay, if you've ever seen The Mummy, the documentary called The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. You don't just go into the Book of the Dead and start reading shit. Bad things happen. So, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much for sending that in, though. All right, let's look over in stream chat. See what you folks had to say. I know Emily is in the chat right now, so let's scroll up and see what's going on.
Captain Fake Eye says, I always fall asleep to y'all. I'm sorry, we're so boring.
All right.
Let's see.
Jay Valor says, what about shrunken heads? When I said don't send a severed head, shrunken heads are absolutely acceptable.
No.
Why not? They'll
Unless
fit.
It's like, what are those things called? A replica of the one from the Harry Potter movie.
I'll take any shrunken heads. I'll take the shrunken head of Beetlejuice from the end of that movie.
Oh, that one's cute too.
I agree. Emily goes, oh, this is mine. I have updates on this too. And then clarified, Native American. I stopped messing with that stuff for a while. Good. That's good to hear. So never too late to quit, I suppose. It's like smoking.
Glitch says, spirit boxes are no fun when they say your name. Absolutely. Soviet says, it's all fun and games until the dumb friend brings the Ouija board. Yep.
Emily says, my grandmother with the cancer is getting better and her cancer is going away. That's
good.
Absolutely fantastic to hear.
I'm a dinner says, baguette with homemade garlic butter. That sounds so stinking good.
I like how we have chat about like paranormal stuff and then food.
I just love
food. Is always present in our chat and it's so good.
Oh my god, actually Faison says CCR is basically the soundtrack to Vietnam.
It kind of is. Like, I'm pretty sure Fortunate Son is CCR if I'm not mistaken. Oh god. It's just, I love CCR. Christina over there on YouTube says, I wonder if there's some haunted history in the music industry. There totally is. There's that whole 28 curse too. We've been recommended to do that one.
Yes, I do want to do that one.
That one's not isolated to folks from the music industry, but it is prominent in the music industry. So
is it 28 or 26?
I'm not sure. I think it's
26.
I think it's 28. I don't know.
I don't know. When did so-and-so, whoever died?
When did Kurt Cobain and Jim Morrison, all of them die? I don't know.
All right. So Soviet Avengers, or not Soviet Avenger, those are two different people. Social Avenger says, I would be saging that shit. I would too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mig says, a sharp wooden stake. It's all fun and games until someone brings a Ouija board and a sharp wooden stake. Yeah.
Emily says, that lady's presence always calms me down. I don't know why.
I'm Beef Trainer said, I had wedding invitations go missing, so I had to change my plans with them. Found the original invites in a spot that had checked about 20,000 times before. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Glitch says, I'm not, Redeem highlight my message and says, I'm not playing BG3 right now, Adam, because y'all are more important.
You're a wonderful human being.
It's multiplayer, so maybe you guys can play together.
We totally could play together. So I do plan on replacing my hours of work that I will not be participating in with me streaming BG3. So it's going to be fun.
ASB Bunny says, I see a bad moon rising.
Such a good song.
And Meg says, my mom makes the best corn chowder. That sounds so freaking good.
I love
corn in general, though.
We always have TV on in the background when we're writing our scripts, and I've taken to having Cutthroat Kitchen on in the background lately. And I watched a guy make a corn chowder with, what the hell was it? A vice grip as his only cooking surface. And he had, disassemble it and, turn it upside down and heat it the entire time. And it still turned out pretty good. So no one cares. Just wanted to share that with you. You're welcome.
Well, he was watching it last night, and I always put on horror movies when I'm doing my script and stuff. And I was, just tuned into his show for some reason, and they're like, and the winner is, or whatever, or the person who gets eliminated is, and it went to commercial, and I was like, who is it?
Yeah, I was like, I'll tell you when it comes back.
All right. Do you want to read your thing?
We should do commercial break.
Oh, yeah, commercial break. Let's do that.
So, this is the time where we see who are the chosen few on Twitch that Twitch decides are not going to get a commercial. If you do, it'll last 60 seconds, so no big deal. And we will make tons and tons of pennies off of this. Realistically, we're only going to make a few pennies, but hey.
Is it a few pennies, or is it fractions of pennies?
Technically, it's fractions of pennies, but because there's several of you, it might equal a few pennies, which is always nice. I think we made the biggest month we've ever had on Twitch from ads. We cracked $1. And it was fucking huge. So we are going to run that ad right now. It's also a nice way for us to get sort of reset. And if anyone needs to use a restroom break or grab a snack, it's a perfect time to do it. So, all right, 60-second break starting now. And if you're on YouTube, you don't get those because that is a Twitch-specific thing. And some folks in Twitch also don't get them because, like I said, they are the chosen Twitch ones.
Oh, man, I'm Beef Trainer's having homemade beef stroganoff. That sounds good.
It does. Oh, they posted pictures of it. It looks good too.
Oh, did we already have our dinner? Does that count?
We had lunch at 3. I don't think that counts.
Okay.
We're gonna be hungry at some point, so. Laura Ann got an ad. Soviet Mix says, I had chicken and rice with fried veggies. That also sounds good. Emily says, y'all look freaking adorbs. Thank you so much.
Man, my hair was really gross. My hair's still gross. It's really I think it's flat. Even though I curled it, it's still
I think it looks good.
I don't know, but.
Emily says, is Vivian here? I don't think so. Faison said, got an ad, so I'm here for a minute. Right
Glitch
on.
says, what? No way. BG3 commercial? Are you serious?
Perfect timing.
It can hear you.
Pretty Sweet says, you guys are so awesome. You are pretty sweet. That is very nice of you to say. We appreciate that. While the ad's running, I guess I'll wait. I want to say something, and I don't want to leave out people that are on Twitch.
What is it?
Just in case. It's just about
55
nerdy shit.
No,
we're good. Okay, yeah. So I just want to say when it comes to BG3, Baldur's Gate 3, the game I'm going to be playing, they actually built in a system where you get dialogue options. Like, say you're talking to a character. If Robin's a character in the game and I approach Robin, I'm like, hail and well met, friend. And they say, how about I punch you in the face? Then I have 5 dialogue options where I can be like, go for it, or please don't. The game built in has the ability, if you're streaming it on Twitch, to let your viewers vote for what you say. And the percentiles pop up in your game. So it's pretty cool. I was watching some other people stream it while I was working today. And it was,
I feel about that, but okay.
It was on the background, but it's pretty cool to see the audience wants me to punch someone in the face. So it was fun, and I can't wait to stream it tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. All right. Yeah, I'm Beef Trainer says, Robin, your hair looks amazing tonight. They are absolutely correct.
Emma Turner says the ads are sexist, and Crystal Desiree agrees. I don't know what ads you guys got, but...
They're individual, chosen ads based off of Twitch. So whatever metadata it's collected on you, that's what it's going to toss your way.
It's weird.
We get a choice of what ads get to run on YouTube, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So it'll let us like strike political ads and say like, nope, run Pizza Hut ads instead or some shit. So I'm excited. We have to wait like 72 hours for one thing to go through, then another review period, and then, you know, we actually get to take over. And I'm so fucking happy.
You know what I really want is just one of those YouTube buttons. One day, I want one of those YouTube buttons.
I don't know what that means.
They're like, for different milestones, they send you like a YouTube plaque, and it says it's like it's a YouTube button, like it's an actual like
button of YouTube.
Yeah, and it says like congratulations on whatever milestone it is. Like Bailey J has 1 million. I think the 1 million one is like gold or something.
That's pretty awesome. The gold record of YouTube's is what Robin wants. We'll see if we can get there. All right, I think we're at the halfway point in the show. We have 2 emails left to go. I read one, you read one, right?
Yep.
Do you want me to read one, or do you want to read your next one?
You read one. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Gonna mark it, and then we're gonna transition into the third story of the evening. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and transition into the third story of the evening. The subject is Storytime may read on the pod. That's the perfect way to do a subject, because now we know we can read it. The email. I was going to say the subject. The email starts out, hey, Robin and Adam. Shout out to Spooky Mom.
Hello.
Hello. Also, shout out to Spooky Mom. Thank you so much for proofreading these. This is Laura. Laura N588 on Twitch and Discord, who is currently watching. After, 2-ish years of listening to you guys, I finally decided to send in my stories. Yay, procrastinators. So I have 3 semi-mini stories, right? Same. One is kind of random, and the other 2 are about my grandfather, one of the greatest men I've ever known. They're not exactly scary stories, but I hope they're interesting anyway. Story number 1. I've suffered from anxiety for a few years now, and every once in a while I get weird feelings, usually triggered by something going on at the time. Well, one day at work a few years back, I was having a pretty normal day when all of a sudden I got this really weird feeling like something bad was going to happen. I couldn't explain it because nothing seemed out of the ordinary and nothing was bothering me at the time, yet the feeling persisted for a while. A few hours later, we found out that the company had decided to let a bunch of people go for financial reasons. Totally intuition right there, premonition. After that, my bad feeling went away, in parentheses, other than obviously feeling shocked and horrible for the people who got fired. I just thought it was so weird, like somehow I knew that was going to happen. My brain is so weird sometimes. Side note before I move into story number 2, I totally have had that happen to me before in my life too, where it's like, for all intents and purposes, I should be happy right now. Everything should be good. I just feel like something's wrong, So I totally understand where you're coming from on that. All right, story number 2. My grandfather has always been one of my favorite people. He has always been my buddy. About 5 years ago, he passed away from emphysema. He had suffered for several months toward the end, and in the last few weeks of his life, he couldn't really talk much. For that reason, my mom got him a small bell that he could ring if he needed anything. Apparently, he didn't like to ring a bell for whatever reason. However, one night, he decided to ring it, and my grandmother came in to see what he wanted. He didn't seem to need anything, so she went back to bed. Shortly after that, he rang it again, and my grandmother came in. Again, he didn't actually want anything. This continued a few more times to my grandmother's annoyance, and my mom determined that he just wanted to see my grandmother.
Aww.
He passed away that night. I think he knew it was coming, and he just wanted to see his wife before he passed. Apparently, my mom heard the bell ring one time in the weeks after he passed.
Wow.
Perhaps he was just dropping by to let us know he's still with us. That is so sad.
That is,
but it's also very sweet.
Sad.
I'm totally going to do that to you. It's like, bing, I just want to see you.
They have, what are those things called? They're not called death bells. It's, what's her name collects them? From The Conjuring. What's her name from The Conjuring?
Lorraine?
Yeah, Lorraine Warren.
She's gone now.
Yes, but she collected these bells. And I think they were for specific purposes, like a spirit bell or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But she collected those, and I mean, maybe I'll get one for you.
Okay. It's kind of morbid, but okay. I was talking about when I was super old. Ramen just wants it to be over with now. All right, story number 3. When I was younger, I wanted my grandfather to walk me down the aisle when I got married. He was always more of a father figure than my actual dad, so it seemed fitting. However, that is impossible now that he's passed away.
Aww.
Fast forward a bit, probably about a year ago, my mom wanted to see a medium/tarot card reader. I know, take it with a grain of salt. I think they're interesting regardless of if they're real or not. Anyway, without giving her any information about herself or her family, the medium started talking about me and her father / my grandfather. She hadn't even mentioned that she had a daughter. Out of nowhere, she says that whether I decide to have my dad escort me or I walk down alone, my grandfather will be there to walk me down the aisle when I eventually get married.
That's cute.
I just love the idea of my grandpa being there in spirit, even though he cannot be there in person. That one's super awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have. You guys are so awesome. Thanks for entertaining us every week. It means a lot to all of us in the Spooky Fam. I swear one day I'll meet you guys and we're gonna get drunk. LOL. Keep on creeping on. Laura.
Thank you for joining us every week and being a part of our Spooky Fam.
Absolutely. And occasionally we get drunk on air, so it's almost like we're getting drunk together if you're getting drunk at home.
It's really nice, I think, to always, whenever we get stories where there's that sense of closure or like getting visited by a family member or something like that.
Right.
It's always super nice to hear because a lot of people need that, you know? But yeah, thank you for sending your stories in.
Absolutely, Laura. Thank you so much. All right. Let's look over in the stream chat. I saw some stuff coming across while I was reading that, and it was nice stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. Emily says, what are we going to play on Saturday? Excuse me.
We need to make a poll. We're going to have a poll and put it up and have you guys vote on what games you guys want to see us play.
I thought you wanted to put a poll up and then we were going to both pole dance, and then whoever had the best pole dances voted on by you got to pick the game.
I would win.
Oh, I don't know. You pour some sugar on me.
I'd like
These
to
hips
see
don't
you
lie.
try and climb the pole.
Oh, you have no fucking idea how good I am. I could climb the pole without my arms. I have skills to pay the bills. Just saying. Anyways, like to see you climb the pole. How's your upper body strength doing these days? Mm-hmm.
It's all about the legs.
Is it?
Thighs.
We're going to get into thighs again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We don't know yet. We're going to figure that out. Glitch says, Adam hair looks amazing. I had to stop over and say that. LOL. Thank you so much, Glitch. I appreciate it. What do you got over there, Robin?
People were talking about the ads they got. People got McDonald's. People got fries. Actually, Faison says, I finally had an ad that wasn't the Travis Scott burger. Don't even know who that is.
It's a celebrity. And he had some sort of meal deal with McDonald's.
Oh, that's Sprite and
I don't know.
Okay.
It's something basic. It's like a 6-piece, right? And like fries and a Sprite.
Or something.
It's nothing like out of the ordinary. It's something you just imagine would be a combo anyways.
Let's see. Scroll.
Oh, Vivian says, hi. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Vivian. We have one more story to go.
Social Avenger says, I think it's wild how some people just know they're going to pass away. It's very interesting how that works. And I feel like as that person, you know, you feel like your body's just not what it should be, and you just know that something's wrong.
Right.
And so you're like, I need to get this shit done before I don't have any more time left.
Right. Looks like Cashew16 has redeemed a drink.
Oh, cool.
Cheers. I don't think L. Gatesman 1985 is still in the chat. If they are, I want to say, fuck you for losing fantasy football this week, bro. I really needed you to beat Dietert, and now he's in first place instead of me because you let him win, and I'm only behind him by 6 points, so I can catch him, but it's just annoying. You should have had that in the bag. Just saying.
I'm 4-0, just saying.
She's fucking killing it this year. She drafted her team with the intent of doing one thing from 2 people. To draft a character, god damn it, you have me saying it now. To draft a human being who exists, named Nick Chubb, and of course Dak Prescott. So she could nickname her team, Dak Dat Ass Up into my Chubb. And she's 4-0. And it's so infuriating. She beat me 2 weeks ago. And I was like, this can't be happening right now. But indeed it is. She's leading our league, and it's getting a little bit embarrassing for the rest of us. Yeah. She's the only 4-0 team, so... Anyways, just had to bust out L. Gatesman and then throw myself under the bus a little bit there because Robin's beating everyone.
Social Vendor said, my grandmother paid off her funeral weeks before she died. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Laura Ann said, thanks for reading. Thank you for sending it. Emnon says, hey, everyone. Hello. Long time no see. Welcome.
What up, Emnon? Vivian said, yeah, last week I somehow slept through my alarm that I set specifically for this live stream, and today I was watering my beans. Yeah, you heard me right, beans. Since it's getting real cold here in Ohio, I'm using a grow light to grow my beans.
That's cute.
Interesting.
I Want for Dinner says Adam's gonna show off his moves with his dummy thick thighs.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm Beef Trainer says, how do you feel about fishnet stockings? Glitch says chainmail thong. This is gonna be the greatest outfit of all time.
We've gone through the chainmail thing before. Fishnet stockings would make it more difficult to maintain traction on the pole when I'm not using my hands, but I think I could manage. Eve just jumps in. I feel so bad. This person's like, what the fuck are they talking about? Eve says, I'm almost done with your show. Thanks for the great shows. Been looking for something like this. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. And we're happy to hear that the content is content people actually want to hear, because it's what we wanted to hear when we first made the show and we couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm really happy.
And now it's everywhere.
Now there's a lot of them, yes. And I will say we've had a hand in creating a lot of them when people ask, like, hey, I need advice on how to get this thing going.
A lot of people will be like, can we get some advice? And then we give them advice, and then they come out with a show that's like telling scary stories or...
I swear it happens like every time.
Yeah.
It's like, I have no problem helping someone start a podcast. I actually really love doing it. But it's always fishy when someone doesn't want to tell me what the content is going to be. I'm like, I'm still going to help them. And then they're like...
Oh, by the way, it's stuff like cryptids and mysteries.
We're called Terrifying-ish. We tell terrifying stories. So, yeah. It's so different. And I'm just like, can't you guys do something different? And yeah, it's still fun, though. It's nice to know that there's a big community of people. And it's also awesome to help folks get started and stuff like that. Because I wouldn't have started a podcast unless we've gone to that like panel 5 years ago.
Yeah, we went to Wizarding World like 5 years ago out here in Vegas. And was it Wizarding World? Wizard World? It's a convention. It's a comic convention.
It's like amazing comic convention something. There's like 3 of them out in Vegas that I always get mixed up. So.
But yeah, they had like a how to podcast, and Adam was like, we're gonna do it. And then we did a nerd podcast, and that was only like 100 episodes, and then
it was 66 episodes. I think.
Dang.
Yeah.
And then we started this, and this is
we hit our stride. We kind of figured out like our format and what we wanted to talk about. So
yeah. Emanon says we made it. Shawnee's here too. Hello.
What up? Jay Valor says, have you tried barbecue Lay's chips out of China? Literally beef stew on a potato chip. Definitely not your average barbecue chip.
Interesting.
I want to try that. It sounds amazing.
Laura Ann said, would pay money to see Adam pole dance in fishnet stockings.
Yeah, you have to pay in singles, though. Just saying.
Oh, my. Got a lot of places to slide them.
Pour some sugar on me.
Stop.
Vivian said, I was listening to your podcast all throughout my high school day because I had to socialize today, and I was silently dying of laughter at Adam's bullshit alien dream. I'm glad people enjoyed it. Someone was like, why'd you stop that segment? I legitimately said, like, because I thought everyone hated it. So I went way over the top this week. Emily says, I feel bad for McDonald's workers because the boys are playing the first few seconds of sicko mode. Interesting. Don't know what that is. Jay Valor says, the 27 Club. Kurt, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, etc. So we were like, you were at 26, I was at 28, and it's actually 27. Interesting.
Sorry, I just used all my points.
Holy shit. Are you that thirsty? You know you just drink on your own.
Oh my god. I just used
How
all
many
my
is
points.
it? 4?
It's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to cheers?
Oh yeah, I guess we can.
I forgot to powder my forehead, and it's really shiny today. Look at it.
How did you forget to powder your forehead?
'Cause I did my cheeks, and I was so proud of myself.
I had to like moisturize before I put foundation on because I was like dry, so dry. Ugh. Ah, jeez. Ugh.
It's good. It's boozy, though.
It's only 5%.
Mary D says, hello, guys. What up? Thank you for joining us. Emily says, what's y'all's Among Us names? We've never played. So mine would probably be ATOM. So that's my name, but just another version of it.
I want mine to be I'm sus.
Sus as fuck. Susaf. Which says, mine is Kawaii Simp. That's hilarious.
That's cute.
Vivian says, new podcast. Sort of spooky. Eve says, I came for the podcast, but I stayed for the crew. Aw. Jay Valor says, a terrifying story. I teach the future of America.
Sweet jeez.
Feels so bad.
I'm What's for Dinner says, you're going to make us drunk, Robin, and my wine is gone now. I'm Beef Trader says, I'm all tingly and funny feeling.
I'm happy to know that you folks drink when those get redeemed too. That makes this even more interesting. Emily says 10 out of 10 idea, Viv. Lindsay says, no, it's been forever, but I finally got to watch the live feed. I am just going back through all of the episodes.
Yay!
That's super exciting. I love getting a backlog on a podcast. I never fault anyone for being like, I'm super behind, because that just means you can binge, and that's so much fun. Tammy says, school too as fast today.
School was fast today.
Was fast today. Got you. School was fast today. That's good to hear. Emily says, welcome back, Lindsay.
ASB Bunny got an Omen Baby tattoo yesterday, and it is perfect.
Is it perfect?
Post it on Discord or Facebook, whatever.
Our friend Ralph is going to get a tattoo soon.
Oh, God, what is today?
Tuesday.
No, the 6th or the 7th?
The 6th.
Okay, I need to finish that tattoo drawing for him. I have to do the Japanese writing on it.
I'm glad I brought this up. Eve says, this is a drinking show. Yeah, next time, baby. You can force us to drink. I never realized that you folks would be drinking with us, so that does make it even more fun. So, and we try and shoot for we start, hit my microphone. We start at 6:30, we wrap up at 8, so it's a 90-minute show. Doesn't always happen, but when we cram too many drinks into that time, we get a little bit tipsy. We're not that bad tonight. Sometimes Robin drinks really strong mixed drinks, and then 6 drinks get redeemed in the first 5 minutes, and she slurs her words for the rest of the show. And no one's the wiser, though, with brilliant editing on my part. Tap myself on the back there. When it comes out on Friday. I've never had anyone text me that listens to the show and be like, was Robin drunk? And it's like, no one noticed. So yeah, got away with it. Anyways, cool. I'm caught up on my chat. I don't know if you are.
Soviet Meg says, well, I can't drink because I'm 16. Very responsible.
That is very responsible.
Don't drink till you're legally allowed. I didn't drink till I was.
Same here.
That's a bullshit lie.
Not a drop.
I told Adam, he asked me the other day, he's like, when did you first drink? And I was like...
I said smoke.
Oh, was it smoke? Same age, doesn't matter.
Which was?
Like 21?
Nerd.
Also, I don't smoke now. I
don't smoke either.
Yeah,
so.
I dated someone at that age who was younger than me who did, and then I was like, well, I guess I'll smoke too, and so I smoked for like 2 weeks, and then we broke up, and I was like, well, this is dumb.
I don't know if I should tell my smoking story.
My dad was a smoker, and so I grew up with my mom and dad fighting all the time over him smoking. So it was like, maybe I shouldn't do this because...
Right.
So everyone has
we used to have
stories.
cigars for lighting fireworks on the 4th of July. And one year we ran out of cigars because that you can just like puff on without inhaling, like, and it'll stay lit. And even then you sort of inhale it a little bit, but keep it in your mouth, but not actually inhale it because cigars will fuck your lungs up really bad if you've never smoked before. One year we didn't have cigars, we had cigarettes, and that was the first year I tried. I think I was like 12 or 13. And I was like, wow, this fucking sucks.
Lee was like, lies about you not drinking.
Whatever. I'm just saying. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to embarrass him. Lee was present when we started drinking. I won't say at what age. Lee also knows that there was someone present at that party. The first, kind of, let's do this shit together and see if we enjoy it, that had, 2 Smirnoff ices and dove in a pool fully clothed. So... Just saying.
Let's see. Soviet Avenger says Sam Adams. Glitch says rum and coke. Merlin Valor says, quote, she's not slurring when she speaks. She's talking in cursive, end quote. Circa a cup at TJ Maxx.
That's pretty good.
Crystal Desiree asked how they can redeem drinks. There's a little D20 down at the bottom. That's channel points on Twitch. At least the app does.
The drink might not be there because I think there's a limit of 6, and Robin finished up the last 4.
Yeah, I finished up the last 4. There's only 6 an episode. But,
Tammy says, there was a cat outside and its eyes were glowing and it scared me. Emily says, demon cat. I think it's cool how the reflective part of cat's eyes always freak people out. Vivian says, smoking for 2 whole weeks? You rebel.
I'm Westerdator says, first time I got plastered was at 19. They had to pry the vodka out of my drunk, numb fingers.
Eve says, any get-togethers planned for the future? We don't have anything currently planned. Things are a little bit difficult to plan with COVID. However, we do still have our goals regarding Stanley Hotel. I think there's one more. I can't remember anymore.
I don't remember either because we're so far away from the goals.
Yeah, but, we've been stuck at a certain spot for a while. So.
Stanley Hotel would be a nice one to go, and I've never been to Colorado. I think that'd be nice.
I sincerely want to start going to more places locally. Whether or not we have get-togethers there, because the limit of people and whatnot, I don't know. What I do know is I want to start posting more stuff, more content, especially for YouTube, where we can have stuff out there. We've been talking about it for a while. We've gone to a few haunted places before nearby before we started the show, and I kind of want to revisit them. Especially, what the hell, Good Springs? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The one where you were afraid to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go back there so Robin can confront her fear.
Oh, gosh.
Emily
Texas...
says, I only drink sodas because I ain't of age, LOL.
I'm going to text Masu. Says, hey, guys, my question for you guys is, what would you do if when he okay, so he said yes would go? What? Describe more details, please. so we can answer your question. Crystal Desiree says Virginia City, Nevada. Sam and Andrew, one of our longest spooky friends.
They're the couple everyone shipped that got together and got married.
Yeah, they got together and got married. They have gone to Virginia City, and they said they'd go with us too if we went again, or if we wanted to go. And I think that'd be really interesting. I just don't know when because we're always so freaking busy. And yeah, all right. So, they said, sorry, I might have worded it wrong.
It's the same thing.
What would you? Okay. No, I don't understand the question.
It's a troll.
Oh, got it.
Emily says, Rando, if you name the Gatorades by the name, then you're a cop. That's hilarious. That's funny.
Gatorade for me is like light blue one, please.
Yeah, I always say fruit punch because there's so many that look like it. Tammy says, I can't drink soda super fast, especially Coke. It burns. Vivian says, I put ginger ale in wine glasses. How fancy.
I'm What's for Dinner says, what would you do if you went to the Stanley Hotel and ran into Zach Bagels?
I don't know. Maybe fist fight him.
No, maybe pretend we didn't run into him.
I would probably just ignore him. And if he tried to, like, speak to me, I'd be like, please don't talk to me, man. Like, I don't support your brand of bullshit.
All right, so I'm gonna hop into the last email of the episode, and it begins. Hello, Adam and Robin and Scary Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
My mom downstairs goes, hello.
She's not Robin Williams.
And Mrs. Doubtfire.
This is Lindsay again. You probably don't remember me, but I sent you an email with information on my twin.
I think we do remember Lindsay, in fact.
And how I had a bad feeling right before the tsunami hit Japan back in 2011. I totally remember that
100% remember it, yeah.
So, anyways, I am writing to you because I told you that I would tell you some of these scary-ish things that happened to my twin, Lisa, while she worked at assisted living, which will be abbreviated to AL throughout this email.
Gotcha.
Then I'm going to tell you a true crime that happened to my grandmother back in 2018. That is so recent. Disclaimer, Lisa and I have dyslexia, so errors are bound to happen. And I am no English major, so sorry. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
I find people that take more care wind up doing a better job than people who don't have something like dyslexia. And,
you should read some of our scripts.
Yeah, holy shit. I can barely type, and I am an English major. So.
I was reading, okay, sometimes I do skim through Adam's script while he's talking.
She tries to say she doesn't, but then she spoils things for herself.
There were so many grammatical errors. I was like,
I don't go back and fix them in the script at this point.
All right, so the first story I'm going to tell is Lisa's story, so I'm just going to let her write it out. Cute! All right, so Lisa's point of view. First off, I am in the belief that places like this have some sort of energy about them. In the year and a half that I worked there at the assisted living place, about 20 people have passed away, and because of that, I totally believed that it was haunted. This AL was shaped like a square with a courtyard in the middle. The layouts of the front part of the building is somewhat like this. Laundry room, guest bathrooms, living area, reception area, dining, employee bathroom, door to the side of the building. The other hallways are residence rooms. One night I was collecting trash and I forgot some trash at the receptionist's desk. I left the big bag, I left the big trash can. It's on wheels to make it easier to collect trash by the employees' restrooms and the back door. Anyway, when I got back from the desk, the trash can was not where I left it. Instead, it was halfway down the resident hallway. Knowing it has wheels, though, it could have rolled.
It's true, but typically it has like two wheels and then like tilts forward. If I'm picturing the right, like at like the garbage cans most of us use.
But I've seen videos of those trash cans rolling away.
Are they on like uneven ground?
Or it's windy and it just blows.
That would make sense too.
Well, I guess technically in a building it's not going to blow away, right?
It's very windy in buildings sometimes.
Is it?
No.
Okay. All right. I work night shifts, so it's from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I do not know how you do it. I would be so scared. Every time I'd get on shift, I would get updates on what had happened. One time, my coworker had an interesting report for me. She was on her way to answer a call light when she passed by our, at the time, oldest living residence. Let's call her Sunshine. So this oldest living resident's room. My coworker saw the back of what looked like an elderly man in the room. She thought it was a little bit strange because A, the resident was a female, and B, it was going to be 9 p.m. So I'm assuming people shouldn't be in each other's rooms hanging out or whatever.
Right. No visitors right now. Everyone go to sleep.
After she finished with the call light, she went back to Sunshine's room. She asked Sunshine who was the man that was in her room earlier. Sunshine said that it was her husband. I would like to note here that Sunshine's husband died 20 years earlier. My coworker was a little bit freaked. When I heard this, I was creeped out. But again, it was one of those things that happened in ALs.
Just happens.
The fact that people are just like, it happens. That's just what happens in these places. It's so scary. I would freak out. I couldn't do it.
See, it's one thing for a patient to tell you, oh, I saw my husband. And you're like, okay. It's another thing for you to see someone in the room and then be told, like, oh, that's my husband that passed away 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I didn't really think about it until about an hour later when Sunshine pulled her call light. I went into her room to find Sunshine on her bed asleep with her back towards me. I called out to her softly, saying, "Hello, Sunshine." What I got was a deep, old, raspy male voice coming behind me, saying, "What do you want?"
That's terrifying.
Fuck that. I jumped around and there was no one there. I wanted to, quote-unquote, note the fuck out, but I unfortunately had a job to do. I went up to Sunshine to clear her call light. I looked down and found out that she had awakened. "Oh, hello," she said in a soft voice. "You pulled your call light," I said. "Was there something I can help you with?" "That wasn't me. That was my husband," she said. She then turned away from me and went back to sleep.
Wow.
What the French toast?
Let's just say, for argument's sake, the husband is a ghost. Ghosts exist and he's there. Why is he pulling the call light and then being rude to you when you show up? You came.
Yeah. What a dickhead. All right. So continues. They say, "Oh, okay." And as soon as she said that, I had full body chills and got out of that room as fast and quietly as I could. And that's the end of Lisa's Homegrown Horror.
It was really good.
Oh my gosh, how do you do that?
That ghost sounds like a jerk. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's super creepy though. Anywhere you have to work overnight, it's like that's when the weird stuff happens. It's just scary.
Working in a place overnight where people are being taken care of as they gradually pass on is even scarier because you know so many people around there are going to go or have gone, and it's just it's an eerie energy.
Do you ever think when you're closer to the end, you are like in an in-between, you know?
Yeah,
where,
I think that would totally make sense.
Where you're like a conduit between the other
you're
side.
Like a conduit as so much as you're like starting to plug into the next side as you transfer over.
But maybe that's why her husband was there in the room, because she's older. She's the oldest one that lives there.
Right.
So maybe she's like foot in. Her husband's like using her as a way to like...
I think he's just there to like escort her across, and because of that, he's kind of like half dipping his toe into the waking... his toe into the living world. Fuck you.
You know what he said today? Salmon.
I said it as a joke. I'm in a fucking meeting presenting to game directors. I say salmon as a joke, pronouncing the L. I laugh about it, and the background's like, "Did you just say salmon? Are you stupid?" And like all the people start laughing at me at my meeting. So I brung it up to my boss afterwards. I brought it up to my boss afterwards. I was like, "I'm sorry about that." And he's like, "No, it's okay. I know she's ruthless." And I was like, I don't want to be embarrassing. You know, I understand everyone's cool. And he's like, "You mean embarrassing like when you pronounce the L in salmon?" I was like, "Fuck you." Anyways, let's get back to the email.
All right. So this next one is the grandmother's true crime story from 2018.
Okay.
So on to the second story. It's a true crime story about my grandmother. This story is not scary-ish. This story is straight up scary. Warning, while I won't be giving any names, I will be going into details that are graphic, so I just want to put a warning, okay, everybody, trigger warning, into place on this story. So for a while, I was thinking if I should be writing this, then I heard a lot of your serial killer episodes, so I thought, why not? Yeah, in the serial killer episodes, there's a lot of gory details when it comes to those things. Note, this does not involve a serial killer, but there are graphic details, and this... Oh no, this is not for dog lovers out there.
Oh no.
I can't. Oh, why'd you make me read this one?
I didn't know. I don't read them.
Okay. All right. So this started when my grandmother, we call her Jima, was taking a road trip with an old friend across the country. She started in Portland, Oregon, and she would end up in Nowhere, Texas, or around there to be with her sister. I just wanted to tell you guys that it doesn't matter where she's at. She will always take a walk around the block, and if there are dogs, well, she just has to pet them. Big or small, hairy or hairless, she just has to pet them. I freaking love dogs. And I'm
trying to strap on for this one. It's going to be rough.
So she's in Texas in August of 2018 visiting her sister, and she's taking her daily walk when all of a sudden 5 big dogs come up to her and attack her.
Oh, wow.
And I mean attack. The owner, we'll call him Douchebag, raises them to be boar hunting dogs, so they will be vicious on their prey. They prey at the time. Oh, the prey at the time is my over 120 pounds soaking wet of a Gma. So she's tiny. 120 pounds. That's freaking 100 pounds less than me. Oh my god. They're tearing at her, attacking her face, arms, legs, chest, back, everywhere that they can get. The dogs are ripping into her. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Around that time, Douchebag didn't show up for work, and so his boss, we'll call him Hero, decides to drive to Douchebag's house to see why he didn't show up for work. On the way there, he saw the 5 dogs surrounding something, and by that time, the dogs had pulled Gma into the ditch on the side of the road.
Oh my god.
Those dogs are getting put down.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my lord. Hero had a bad feeling. I think the names of the people are cute. Hero had a bad feeling, so he pulled up toward the dogs and chased them away, either by scaring them or in some cases beating them away. When he saw that the thing was my grandma, he quickly called 911. He told them that there was a severely injured elderly woman that was attacked by 6 dogs that needed an ambulance right away. The operator asked for an address, but they were in a ditch. There was no address. The operator then said that they cannot dispatch an ambulance until they have an address. Mother, what? That's bullshizzle. Then give them the cross streets.
Give them the closest cross streets and be like, that's where you're going. You'll see someone pulled to the side of the road screaming at the ambulance as it passes by.
What the French toast? Oh my god. Mad. I'm mad. All right. So frustrated, Hero ran towards the nearest house, which happened to be Douchebag's, broke in, and read the address off of the mail. He then ran back to see if he could try to help my grandma. Finally, the ambulance came. He rushed to the paramedics, telling them what happened. The paramedics saw Gma's injury and thought it was a lost cause. What? They would not touch her. They were going to let her die.
Oh, this doesn't sound like any paramedics I've ever heard of.
Oh my! And if this must be a really shitty part of town,
right?
If they're like, no, we're just gonna let her. No, that is, you take an oath to help people. Oh my god. Okay. So Hero's not going to let that happen. He yelled at them to save her, telling them to do their damn jobs. I think that he scared them into doing just that. They got her into the ambulance and took her to the nearest hospital. There, the doctors spent months trying to save her life and her arms and legs. We then found out that she had signed a DNR 8 years ago that they forgot was there, but luckily, when she was lucid enough and my aunt, who was the power of attorney over Gma, they were able to fix that mistake. My family thought that this was it, that we would be losing her to this vicious attack. But luckily, with the amazing Hero and wonderful team at the hospital taking care of her, doing hours and hours of surgeries / skin grafts and aftercare, they not only saved my Gma, but also saved both arms, legs, and face.
That's great to hear.
That is crazy that those dogs caused so much damage.
I mean, dogs are just big animals. We mention it all the time when we're around our dogs. It's like, there's this creature that has fangs, and canines. It's what they're called, canines, for a reason. The teeth are, because it's like they're specific for one purpose, which is to tear apart meat, and dogs, for the most part, on the whole, choose to just be loving, wonderful animals. But if they're raised by the wrong person, they can be vicious and dangerous,
We tried to sue Douchebag, but he doesn't have insurance. Texas doesn't have a leash law.
Wow.
Of what? And a law that we can't sue him out of the house.
That makes no sense.
What?
What kind of laws are in place in Texas where an animal can attack someone that's owned by someone else and they're not legally responsible?
That means that we can't take his house for money. Not that we wanted to make him homeless, but after the medical treatment and care, it put her into millions of in debt. So millions of dollars worth of debt. That's insane. I mean that. We had to sell everything in her name to pay for some of it and still not make a dent into the payment. The sheriff department would not charge him with a crime of negligence because he was hunting buddies with Douchebag. Fuck this guy, man. What? Gma's sister and brother-in-law were on Douchebag's side because they were friends. which blew my mind because your sister is in the hospital fighting for her life and you're laughing with douchebag because you know that they can't be touched or have to be responsible for what his dogs did. Bro, those dogs better be put down. So in the end, we had to put the 5 dogs down. Good. I mean, it's sad, but
they're dangerous. They
those
need to
dogs
be
are
destroyed.
dangerous.
It is what it is, yeah.
There's no way to go around that. The sheriff's still not doing anything, and douchebag is practically off scot-free. We are fighting in civil court, but nothing's going anywhere as of right now. Hero visited my Gma every day until we transferred her to a care facility up in Portland. Gma spent over 6 months in the hospital near Nowhere, Texas. Her insurance was changed to where they will pay for everything if she does not have anything in her name. That is awesome. Glad that she has insurance like that now.
But she has to have nothing in her name first, which means she has to literally sell off all of her assets.
So car, house, storage, or even a GoFundMe account, she can't have any of that. But she's getting healthy and still goes on her daily walks, and she still loves dogs. So that is what I'm grateful for. End of the true crime story. So that is the 2 stories I wanted to share with you guys today.
Wow.
Sorry for how long it is. You can split it up if you want or not. We told it all in one. I just wanted to tell you thanks for all the podcasts that you do. I love, love, love it. Happy belated birthday. No, you're right on time. It's in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Nice. It's the beginning of September when I wrote this, so I'm estimating when you read this. And happy holidays. Stay on creeping on the twins.
Wow.
Ooh, it's cool to know more twins.
All right. That was really, really good. I will say, of all the things that were in that story that was shocking to me, the fact that the paramedics did not want to help was just baffling. I have so many people that I know that are paramedics or paramedics in my family. Those people should not be paramedics. They should have been fired immediately after that.
Oh, yeah.
And possibly held legally responsible for any
It seems-
damages that were done from the time wasted not helping someone.
I think it's just such a small town where everybody knows each other, so it's
It
like
sounds like that, yeah.
we can't do that. She's an out-of-towner, you know what I mean? Whatever.
It's just horrific.
Yeah, it's
I'm happy to hear that
absolutely
they're
horrific.
okay, and despite the fact that they're in an avalanche of debt right now, they're alive and healthy because, in the end, like, fuck them. Don't pay. Like, I have family that have been buried in 6 to 7 figures of debt before, and you just call them and say, like, here's what I can give you. Take it or leave it. Like, I have nothing left for you to take. Nothing. It's like, you can try and take back whatever you did to save my life, and you probably would if you could. And eventually they will settle for the fact that you can't pay them, and they'll make something off of it or they'll make nothing off of it.
We used to make, like, no money
Right.
at all. And there was a point where I had a miscarriage, TMI, but they charged me $10,000 for it.
Yep.
They charged me $10,000 for something that they did nothing for. And we couldn't afford $10,000 on $600 every 2 weeks. So it's like hospitals just want to gouge you for every little freaking thing. It's insane.
It's just like, we can't pay this. They're like, oh, we'll put you on a payment plan. It's like, even then we can't pay this. Like, we can make like a payment of like $1 a month for like the next 100,000 months. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want from us. Like, we don't have the money for this. And eventually we just wound up settling for significantly less than they were trying to charge us for. But yeah, it's just it's a common thing where it's like, oh, this is the worst moment of your life.
Yeah.
Here's how much it's also going to cost you. And
So
like, at least they took care of your grandmother in this case and got her back on her feet. So I am happy to hear that the things that matter are resolving. And it sucks that a horrible person's going to get away with it. It's sad that dogs got put down, but realistically, the dogs sounded like they were dangerous because they've been raised by a shitty, dangerous person.
Dangerous, though.
Yeah.
I mean, boar hunting, they have to be vicious.
If they can't distinguish between a boar and a human being, they have been raised incorrectly, and
Yeah.
they've just been raised to attack things. So, horrific story. Thank you for sharing it. I understand it's a difficult story to hear, and I understand it's a difficult story to tell. So, we do appreciate it, though. So, thank you one more time, Lindsay, for sending that in to us. All right, let's look over into Stream Chat and see what folks had to say. That was a pretty intense one. And it's a perfect example of why at the end of these shows we do this thing called Marbles on Stream. We play a little game at the end of the show. It's basically a race. And if you're in Twitch, otherwise known as twitch.tv/Scaryish Podcast, all you have to do is type an exclamation point play in the channel when the race is getting set up. And you'll get a marble with your name on it. And if your marble wins the race, and it's just marbles falling down with gravity. If your marble wins the race, you get a free piece of merch, which is typically a sticker that's over there on Robin's shop that is Scaryish themed. And you get to pick which one that you want, and we send it to you. So we do 2 of those races. But before we get to that, I'm going to go ahead and read my YouTube chat, and then I'll start getting it set up while Robin reads her Twitch chat. So cool. Fun stuff. Let me scroll and see what was going on for that story. In Spanish, the L is not silent. Cool. I was speaking Spanish when I said salmon. It all makes sense now. Someone else said Salmon with like 6 L's.
Oh my god.
Lindsay clarified the lady that was Sunshine in the story was 104 years old.
Dang.
Scrolling,
that is crazy.
Eve said, how about a virtual meet and greet? We've done one of those before.
We have done one of those. We had one on the 4th of July. It was set up by Laura Ann, I believe. Was it? Yeah.
It was Laura Ann and Glitch, and I think maybe 1 or 2 more people that were involved in the planning.
And it was really cool. We got to meet a whole bunch of you folks. Like, it was nice. You guys talked to us for hours. It was cool.
It was good stuff. Lindsay cleared up the garbage can thing, says it was on even ground, so that is super creepy. Emily said I would totally come to the virtual meet and greet. Excuse me. Scrolling. More YouTube stuff. Lindsay said it was true, though, in regards to the paramedics not wanting to do what they are supposed to do. Emily said, well, guys, I have to leave. Love you all so friggin' much. Bye. Thank you for joining us.
Emily.
Scroll.
My lips are so dry. I gotta put, like, moisturizer on. I don't even know. Well, they
Tammy
have
says,
lip balm.
Tammy said, oh my gosh, good thing she's okay. Eve said, wow, this is horrible. Marie said, I manifested grilled cheese today. What a world. Tammy said, oh yeah, happy birthday. Lindsay said, my birthday is on Thursday. Cool, 2 days away.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Lindsay. Tammy says, sorry you accidentally put that. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Eve said, you guys have done a few stories about my hometown, Moreno Valley. Close to, I think it's supposed to be close to Casino Morongo, but I feel like Riverside is more haunted. It's older. The Mission Inn 3rd floor is haunted. Good to know. Vivian says, I gotta go. Stay sweet, stay safe, and stay spooky. Love y'all. Christina says, see you later.
Bye, Vivian.
Scroll. They did correct it. Christina says, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Eve says, Evelyn is my actual name. Just let me know if you prefer Eve or Evelyn. I have no problem calling you whatever you prefer.
Thank you so much, Spooky Flea, for subscribing for 6 months with Amazon Prime. If you folks have an Amazon Prime membership, link it up to your Twitch, and you get Twitch Prime. You get a bunch of bonuses, including a subscription of your choice once every 30 days. And it's free for you. So if you don't use it, you're just wasting free money Jeff Bezos is giving you.
One thing I forgot to read was from Kay, and it was at the very tippy top. Says, do you guys ever focus on true crime like the Chris Watts story, a Netflix documentary called American Murder? We do true crime.
Yeah.
We don't tend to do too many series where we do them in like, I've done this. I think the only one we've done a multiple part of a specific topic. I did the Manson murders.
That was like 3 episodes.
There was 3 episodes where I covered them. So we haven't done anything where it covers specific stuff like that. But we do true crime. In fact, last October was a serial killer month for Robin.
Yeah, we had serial killer season last October. This October is going to be all about aliens.
Extraterrestrial October from me. Robin's doing random topics.
I do a lot of...
She said doo-doo.
I do cover a lot of true crime, cults, things like that. But we don't do series, like episode-long series.
There you go. It's not to say we won't. It's just most of the time we try and pick topics that we can cover within
30
episode.
minutes or whatever.
Shout out to Emanon for subscribing with the 10th month using Prime and
Thank
said,
you so much.
All right, I am caught up on my YouTube chat. I'm going to start getting marbles on stream ready. Lindsay McBride says, have you ever reacted to ghost videos like Nuke's Top 5? We should do some reacts videos. That'd be fun to do.
I don't know how to do those.
You just record your face and then you watch a video.
But like, do you put the video in your video?
I think so, yeah. It's like,
can
you have
you
your face
do
on the
that,
side.
though?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know. I think you'd get like marked for that or like...
We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure they just get to monetize your video. Eve says, how are the haunted houses or cities... How are the haunted towns or cities specials coming along? I love your haunted Hollywood. We'll probably start doing like specific states eventually, where we cover like California or we cover Indiana, or we'll just do we'll do countries. Like we've done that a couple of times. We did like an Isle of Man episode.
Yeah.
But we're just sort of like playing it by ear right now and looking for themes for months and stuff like that. Jada says, hey y'all, what up Jada? Thank you for joining us. All right, I'm going to start getting marble set up, and you can go ahead and take over.
All right, so Laura Ann says, you're an English major? I was an English major, too.
He's technically a
creative writing.
I was a creative writing major.
And ASB Bunny posted their tattoo on Discord. I will check it out after the episode. I'm also doing says, I have the slightest of buzzes. One more glass of wine is what I need. Scroll. Glitchgrim says honey mead and juniper berry is my favorite. I really want to pick up a honey mead, and I always tell myself that I'm going to, and then I never do. Let's see.
Accurate.
Hopi J says, I'd simply pee myself if I worked in that adult living center place. Yeah, I don't think I could work there. It's just too much. Just big ol' nope. Soviet Meg says, well, at least the husband's still nice to her. Still loving someone 21 years after death is dedication. # relationship goals.
It's true.
I'm Beef Trainer says, I think I'm wine buzzed. Emanon says, I feel the same way about beer. I'm more of a Captain and Coke man myself. I like mixed drinks. I think they're really nice, but hard seltzers are like so easy now.
I'll be honest, I go back and forth. Sometimes I want beer and sometimes I want a mixed drink. Anyone who would like to participate in the race, if you are in YouTube, switch over to twitch.tv/Scaryish Podcast right meow, because we are going to go ahead and start voting on the track we are going to race. So go ahead and start by typing ! Vote, then the number that corresponds with the track you would like to race. And I don't know if Marbles is actually showing up right now. There it goes. It popped up.
I'm What's Her Doing says, speaking of gore, I had a customer stop by to pick up her groceries, and she had gore on the front of her hood, on the front of the hood of her SUV. She said she drove too close to a buzzard, and it threw up on her vehicle. Gross.
That is so gross.
Let's see. I'm Beef Train says, I'd be beyond ticked about that story and ready to murder that dog's owner. I mean, if those dogs murdered someone, imagine, dude. Oh my God.
It's like, would they just be like, oh yeah, it was dogs, can't do anything about dogs? Doesn't make any sense.
J says, that's whack that they wouldn't send an ambulance. Absolutely. Like, why? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm Beef Trainer says, thank God for Hero and the doctors. Absolutely. Glitch says, we have a leash law for quote unquote dangerous breeds. So maybe because, well, were they pit bulls or bulldogs? I don't remember which they were. I have the email right there. I don't know.
So L. Gazman reached out to me and he said, if you catch this in time, can you run a game for a new subscriber and I'll gift a sub for the winner? So here's what I suggest. Because a subscriber may win, we just go down the list. Whoever finishes first, if they're a non-sub, we'll just use that and you will get a sub gifted to you from L. Gatesman 1985. And if the winner is a sub, we'll go down the list until we find someone who is not a sub, and that will be the person who receives a subscription to the channel.
It just says 5 big dogs. That doesn't say what kind of dogs. All right. Let's see. Merlin Valor says, correction, there are leash laws throughout the entire state of Texas. However, there could be a citation for animal neglect / abuse by owner. Interesting. I don't know. I'm not good at laws and things like that. I'm Western says, I do love October, a month-long celebration culminating with the celebration of a wonderful person's birth. Oh, thank you. That's
very nice.
Soviet,
I was like, which wonderful person? Oh.
Soviet makes a speaking of which, this dickhead down the road owns hunting dogs, and they got out the first time they attacked my 2 goats about a year ago. Hurt one of my goats' ass, but they fought back, and I came home and hit one with a stick. And the second time, more recently, the 2 dogs came back. My dad and I came home to the dogs killing our chickens and attacking the goats again.
Wow.
So they killed 4 chickens and 1 goat got hurt again. They sued the guy for $500. That's it? $500 for 4 chickens? You put way more money into like
raising it. Yeah.
Oh my God. But the dog did get put down. That's sad. Soviet Meg says there are so much more details, but I could write a whole book about it that happened in those incidents. Dang, dude. That's rough.
That is rough. Right now, Frozen 2 is the track with the most votes. Who the fuck is calling me decline? I believe it has 5 votes. There's a lot of single votes scattered throughout the other selections.
ASB Bunny says, my great-grandmother's surname was Salmon.
Fucking...
Oh my God. Okay.
It's because it was a specific type of like pinkish orange, and I was like, "Is that fuchsia? Like, is that coral? Is it salmon?" I was like, "I'll call it salmon and see what happens." And then I pronounced it salmon to the salmon, and it just doesn't matter. Anyways, all right, we're gonna go with Frozen 2. Average time to complete this track is 3 minutes and 36 seconds. The record holder did it in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. However, Spooky Friends do it in 3 minutes and 36 seconds as well. And our record holder was Cashew16, who did it in 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So let's jump in. Type in !play if you would like to join the race.
I'm What's Her Dinner says, my heart goes out to you, Robin. I'm Beef Trainer has had 4 miscarriage. That's a lot.
Wow.
It's rough to go through.
It's rough and it's extremely common.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that happened in 2020 that I think got turned into a positive was John Legend and Chrissy Teigen recently went through a miscarriage and they made it very public. and
it happens to
they
people.
grieved publicly so that people can understand that it's something that needs to be normalized, because I think a lot of times people feel
ashamed or something.
Yeah, like there's something wrong with them, when it's absolutely nothing wrong with them. It's just something that does happen, and it sucks to say that about it because it is difficult. It's a pain in the ass, and it's rough.
ASB Bunny says, purple hearts for all the lost babies. Absolutely. Why
is it not? There we go. All right, we got 20 marbles already in this race. Robin, have you joined in yet?
No.
I'm going to put 40 seconds on the board.
Oh, it's in caps. I don't know. Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, cool.
All right, 21 marbles. Don't forget, if you have not yet entered !play, please do, or else you're not going to get your marble on stream.
Spooky Flea says, that was a fun transition. We're so excited about our new transition.
The bats.
So cute. I love it. Hopefully you folks like it.
Spooky Flea said, hugging my pit bull a little closer tonight. It is so sad that breed restrictions make people scared of dogs like Arcona. It really comes down to what kind of person is raising the animal. Regardless of the type of animal it is, it can be a little monster reflection of that person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our corgi, she's part German Shepherd, and she can be so vicious. I mean, if she does not like something, it's so scary, and she's so strong for a little dog that you're just like, holy crap.
To clarify, she's incredibly well behaved, but if like another animal were to attack us, which has happened before, our corgi goes from being the most adorable corgi on the planet to a smaller German Shepherd ready to defend us and rip another animal to shreds. And if we were to just prey on that instinct that's built into the dog to protect us, where they always felt the need to attack, even though she's small, she could be something quite frightening. And again, I think that really goes out to, how do you raise your animal? You know, do you raise your animal to be a monster, or do you raise your animal to be a creature filled with love, which is what our corgi is raised to be.
Soviet Mig says, I'm thinking of changing my name from Soviet Mig to just Mig25 because I feel like the Soviet part might be controversial. If people know about planes and things like that, right? Like it's something where if they don't know what it is, then I don't know. It's pretty shitty.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. But like, if they know planes and stuff like that, I think it's different. But
I think anyone that gives you shit is either not in the know about planes or is a troll. So, all right, right now, ASB Bunny is in first place.
And by troll, I mean Fugs.
No, you're not. Soviet Mig is right there. Actually, everyone's sort of compiling right at this intersection.
Whoa, Radio Man! I haven't seen that name in so long.
He popped in right at the end there. Soviet Mig appears to still be
Bob
in first
the
place.
Builder, what up?
What up, Bob? Thank you for joining me. Will you be joining me later if I wind up streaming Baldur's Gate 3? Because I'm gonna. All right. While everyone goes through that, I'm gonna back out so we can see all these spikes falling down. This is no wonder this one takes forever. So, it is pretty though. I like this color. All right, the spikes that fell actually cleared out before anyone got there. Soviet Mig and Merlin Valor are having like a neck-and-neck battle right now, like Maverick and Iceman, to see who's going to take the win. Battling through the cones, though, Kayla Ray Reeds and Spooky Flea have caught up. In fact, Kayla Ray Reeds has taken the lead at this point and is hot on the heels of Cashew 16's record-setting pace. I don't know why I said it like that, but it happened. It came out.
Oh, my God. I'm Sojourner says, you need to have your omen babies come visit you at the end of the stream again. Your corgi interruption was wonderful. I absolutely agree. She's so stinking cute. Glitch says, you can't, Adam, you can't. Streaming, I'm assuming. Bob the Builder posted the change.org thing for your fucking pillow. Laura Ann says, OMG dog was on stream, yes please. Whether or not they'll come up here is a different story. Sometimes they're crying outside the door and they want to come in. Other times it's like, hello.
They're doing their thing or they're napping. David has taken the lead on this race, and the game cannot figure out who is in first place. David is, in fact, chasing Cashew 16 right now, for the record. And we'll see what
cat's been real grumpy
with it
lately.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Well, just like last night, she chewed on the charge cable. For
yeah, she was like acting loving, and then she tried to chew on the charge cable for my laptop. And I was like, I will kill you. All right, IMB Trainer is taking the lead. Kayla Ray Reed, Spooky Flea, and ASB Bunny, however, are right there. This is a pretty good race because we're coming up on the end now. So it's kind of open-ended right now because our front runners have slowed down, and it looks like it's going to be a quick finish here, though.
That's what she said.
Wow. Kayla Ray Reeds, congratulations. You take home the victory. I don't believe Kayla Ray Reeds is a sub, and that's why the letters are white. But that might not be correct. However, we can check and see because you may have just won a sticker and a sub to the channel. We'll let L. Gatesman 1985. Check and see if he can gift that sub to you. Pretty impressive stuff.
I did mail them a package of stuff last week. So hopefully you folks got it, because it was like a coaster and a couple stickers or something like that.
And look who old Lasty is. Malum bringing up the rear.
What's new, pussycat?
Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa. Holy shit. Hurry up, me.
The Cashew 16 was a ghost ball, so that's the fastest speed we've had on this map.
You were racing for the record.
Yeah, you're racing for the record.
But you took the victory.
Yes.
All right. Congratulations, Kayla Ray Reeds, on the victory. Let me go ahead and switch this back so I can see notifications come across.
Yay, they got the package. Good. Yay, so happy.
Cool. Awesome. So congratulations, Kayla Ray Reeds. It is a new season, apparently. Kayla Ray Reeds is in the lead with 8 points and 1 win. Everyone else, any points that you accrued from this race are the only points that you have for this season. And there's me, 21st. God damn it.
Ashley Faison says 1 single point. Yes.
Hey, that's better than some of us with 0, which is approximately 11 people who have 0 right now. All right, let's jump back into the voting and exercise your democratic right to type an exclamation point vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you would like to race.
Sorry, I'm spacing out.
I know. You've been very spacey this show.
Nope, that's not how you vote. Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop,
Beep, boop, bop, bop.
I heard the dog bark.
I did too.
Tired. Oh, also, if you folks haven't checked it out or stayed till the end of last episode, gosh, that dog. I did drop new merch, Scaryish merch, on the Teespring store. It's just a new design, and there's only a pillow and a hoodie. There's no shirts or anything like that. I just wanted something super simple for the design that I made, but I thought it was really cute. So you guys can check it out.
Indeed. Indubitably. Alright. Oh my god, I have so many notifications from just random nonsense like, you have an email from, and then it's just insert random spam here that all came in the last hour and a half. Holy shit. Everyone voted for 7. Few War Survive 2 is definitely going to be our track with 15 votes. Average time to finish it, 1:34. Average time for us to finish it, 1:42. We're a little bit behind. However, Perlar did it in 1:38. Record-setting time is 53 seconds. So let's jump in there and give you folks plenty of time to type in exclamation point vote, exclamation point play, and join the race. Robin's just out there talking to Spooky Mom now. All right, 17 marbles already in the race. Doesn't look like the doggos are going to be joining us this evening. They're downstairs doing their own thing.
They're playing with each other.
We're up to 20. We're up to 21. We're going to have the notorious +1 to finish out the night that I always hope we get once Robin types an exclamation point play. I'm going to put on 30 seconds from right here so that we give some more time for folks who might need to join in still. Start that countdown. All right, and we'll be off to the races here in no time.
I want to check out what that hoodie looks like, because I put in for a, what's it called? A sleeve design on it, but I don't know if they put it on there yet or not.
Interesting.
It's spooky.
L. Gatesman 1985 has just gifted a sub to Kayla Ray Reeds. Congratulations, Kayla. You were a double victor there, and thank you so much, L. Gatesman, for pumping up those numbers.
Thank you so much.
Gotta pump them up.
Thanks, Lee.
There is a design on the sleeve, says Laura Ann.
Oh, nice.
All right, we're starting out with a funnel. I remember this track because there's the discarded track they decided they didn't like but didn't want to delete off to the side. Just hilarious. Looks like, I guess Merlin Valor's in the lead. It's hard to tell when we all circle the same hole, which is a weird phrase to say, but I think it's pretty apt in this situation. So let's go in there and wait for the first marble to come out. See who it's going to be. Whoa. It is Merlin Valor, indeed. Soviet MiG, hot on their 6, and then Hopi J. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let me know. is right behind them. Soviet MiG, however, has skirted through pretty quickly. Cashew 16, though, is like, I'm going to go ahead and take the record on yet another track, since my record was maintained on the first race. Things are going to get interesting here, because it only takes 1 minute and 36 seconds to finish this, apparently. And, damn, Cashew 16 shot right through that. I think this might go really, really well for them. As long as they don't fall off the track. And they did. Okay. So Cashew 16 gave it a pretty good run at the record-setting pace and wound up falling off. However, here comes Bob, trying to set the record for Spooky Friends and misses just barely, along with Spooky Flea. We have a lot of folks that might not make it to the end. There goes Lee taking a shot, and Lee fucking makes it in 1 minute and 20 seconds right behind, or right in front of David.
You are about talking about Lee.
Merlin, Valor, and Tay Hay have lost.
Hey.
Shot off the edge. Glitch, however, comes in third. Robin hits the rim and falls to her demise. I'm What's It in Radio Man 33, Emanon, Soviet MiG, I Am Beef Trainer, and then a lot of other people that didn't make it are falling off the edge. We only have 4 marbles left. ASB Bunny shoots their shot and misses. Laura Ann misses as well, actually Faison. And here comes Crystal. Final marble of the stream. We'll see if they can collect points. This would be a point, which would put you in, like, I think, I don't know, a tie for third place. Ooh, they got hit by the blue wave of death before they made it down the track. All right, congratulations, L. Gatesman 1985. Securing yourself a victory. We will toss some Scaryish merch in there with that package of that secret seasoning that I bought for you.
Yes.
All right. Fun stuff. Lee's up to 8 points. David gets to 8 points by finishing pretty well in 2 separate races. Glitch is in 8. Glitch has 8 points as well.
Hopey J says you're saying it right.
Cool.
Nice.
Glad. So we got 4 people.
Bob said, not a
points.
fan of my pole position.
That's hilarious.
Adam loves your pole position.
That's weird, but also accurate. And then a lot of people with 0 points. Start of a new season, though. There's always time to make a comeback. So, pretty good stuff.
Baby, come back.
You can blame it all on me. All right. We should be on the normal screen now. We are indeed. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way.
Man, I just looked at my Safari and it's like how to do all this stuff with like aggregates and dumb, stupid.
That's funny.
I hate all this stuff. Okay.
All right. We're going to go ahead and move into the outro. So if you're all ready for this, let's do it. Thank you so much one more time to everyone who sent in their emails. We sincerely appreciate it. If you're a listener, if you're a viewer, whatever the case may be, when you share something that's deeply personal with you and you let us share it, it shows a sign of trust in us, and we appreciate that. We wanted to make this a safe place when we started doing the show, and I think we've accomplished that. We want to keep it that way. So if you have a story you want to share, please do so. You can email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. You can also go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast, or hit us up on Twitter, which is @ScarishPod, or Instagram, which is @ScarishPodcast. Yeah, good stuff. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us monetarily, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Their monthly donations tiers start at $1, and at $1 you get ad-free episodes. So if you don't want to hear any of them ads, it's just $1 a month. $1 a month. How do you divide that into 30 days?
4 quarters.
I mean,
costs
4
more to
quarters.
buy a Snickers out of a vending machine. Imagine one Snickers
It
less.
costs more for one Starbucks.
Oh, like way more.
Yeah, way more.
It's like it's 20% of a Starbucks. That's all I'm saying. That's what all the drinks there are called, right? Can I get a Starbucks? That's what you say when you go to
I
Starbucks.
remember when I first met you, you're like, I don't know how to order from Starbucks.
I'd never been to Starbucks. I didn't drink coffee.
Anyway, tangent. But you can also go to Coffee. Speaking of, ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast, and those are one-time donations. All your donations, no matter what service you go through, whether it be Patreon, Coffee, Streamlabs, while we're streaming or PayPal or whatever, all your donations go to upgrading our studio setup and kind of keeping us going and motivated and giving us more time to create more content and be able to sit down and say, like, we're going to do this XYZ type thing. So thank you so much for letting these dreams happen, creating dreams, memories, all these things.
Indeed. I will say we're always pretty motivated to do this show regardless of if we're getting donations. Just when we see donations come in, we're like, they like us. They really like us.
They really like us.
And it does make it easier to do extra stuff. And a lot of the designs that Robin does is based off the fact that we can order merch because she's made a design. And that's possible because we have things like a PayPal for Scaryish that we can take out of and say, we can order that thing, which is amazing to have happen. So one more time, as Robin said, thank you so much. I do think, however, that is the end of the episode. It's everything we got for Storytime 139. Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.